No, or you know what? Or Jamie, there is a huge right. Yeah. Get my mic up to par so I can be heard, right? Like that's the most important thing for a podcast. Get my mic up to par so I can be heard, right? Like that's the most important thing for a podcast. Get my mic up to par so I can be heard, right? Like that's the most important. Okay. That should be nice and clear, right? Okay, all right. So I feel like I'm at a good level right now, guys, and I feel like the music's at a good level. If you're in, let me know if the music level is too distracting or not. I kind of like it because it's kind of relaxing for me, you know, just allows me just to kind of get into a more relaxed mode. So tell me what you guys think. Is it distracting or is it kind of set in like the casual mode, right? That's where I want it to be. Like I'm gonna break down some stuff like beyond it. Like I'm really gonna get into this breakdown, but I want it to be like kind of a casual, smooth, kind of like you know, like I'm the Leon Phelps of doing mythology and comic books, right? Like we want it to be in cool environment. So I'm here and I don't have my cognac Capacier, but I do have my coffee and my accoutrement, right? So I'm fully set up, right? So if you're here just to kind of have some fun with mythology, this is absolutely the right place. And today you can see my subject matter is I'm gonna focus on a couple of the Invincible characters today. Invincible is a great series. I've been doing a lot of the boys characters recently, like linking to mythology, and I wanted to look at Invincible, and like this is one of the best characters in the Invincible series. And I don't feel like Battle Beast gets enough shine. Like I don't feel like Battle Beast gets enough run, right? Perfect temperature coffee, right? Like perfect temperature coffee, right? Like I don't like my coffee too hot. I don't like it too cold. It's a perfect temperature coffee. And this thing will hold this perfect temperature coffee hopefully through this entire thing here, right? So now we got Battle Beast, and I'm feeling good about talking about this guy because it's one of my favorites on the show as well. Like in addition to what he brings to the show, like he does it with some flavor, man. Like this guy's a very powerful addition to the Invincible world. But like based on the show, you don't, at least I'm not getting a lot, right? Maybe all my other activities while I'm watching the show means I'm missing out on stuff. But I like to go back and research and find out who actually is Battle Beast, right? Who is Battle Beast, right? So Battle Beast has a real name. His name is Thok. I believe that's Thok. It's a pretty basic spelling. Thokk. So I'm going to take that as Thok. And he first appears in Invincible number 19, published in 2004. So he's been part of this landscape for a while. He is introduced as an overwhelming threat hired by Machine Head and immediately established himself as one of the most dangerous beings in the entire Battle Beast universe, right? I mean, entire Battle Beast, the entire Invincible universe. So he was created back in the day by Robert Kirkman, who's the writer, and Corey Walker, who's the co-writer of Invincible and the character designer. And like this character design, what always stood out to me about Battle Beast is that you 100% look like Anhur. And I'm gonna pull some pictures of Anhur. He's a comedic deity, and I feel like this guy is such a calling off of that character, right? Battle Beast, the myth. All right. I feel like he is such, like, when we get to it, I'm gonna pull up some images of Anhur, and when you see it, it's like it's such a pull from me, right? It's such a draw for me. So I love this character right here. Absolutely love this character right here, right? And he's associated with, like, there's a guy named Ryan Otley, who also had a hand in. He's big in character creation as well, right? And we'll talk about those guys. But Battle Beast basically belongs to an alien species, so he's not a deity. He is literally an alien species. They're all feline, obviously. And the comics identify him as an extraterrestrial warrior rather than some, like, mutation or experiment or some magical creature. He's essentially a lion-like alien from another world. And this is what really makes him interesting, is that the original Invincible series really didn't give a lot of information about his homeworld and his early life. So most of what we knew, he came from this warrior culture, right? Which is one of the reasons why he's such an interesting character to look at their motivations. I found some other characters, like I always do, that are similar in that regard on how they move. And we're gonna look at these characters like this, man. He's warrior culture. He was the greatest warrior on his planet. So that means on a planetary level, he's already beat everybody's ass. He became obsessed with finding worthy opponents. Like, he's like, look, I want to scrap, right? I want to scrap. Like they give his backgrounds, like, but the newer version kind of, crafts him a little bit better, right? That this is actually his occupation. His occupation is a professional warrior. And that's not a joke. Like, I don't mean that just in a ridiculous sense. Like, he's like, yeah, I go around here looking for the best fights. Look, let's go. Like, let's battle. I don't know how he makes his money off of doing this. Maybe he just robs you, or maybe he's booking fights on an international. Who knows? Who knows how he's getting his money? Maybe he has sponsorships that videotape all of his fights everywhere in the galaxy and rebroadcast them. But essentially, like, he's traveling the universe and he's seeking stronger opponents. He doesn't come to conquer a planet. He doesn't come to build an empire. He's not trying to be king, right? He's like, I just want to fight. You can see right up above me, man. It says, I do not even want your planet. I don't want your planet. That's what he's essentially saying. I don't even want your planet, all right? You can keep your little raggedy planet, all right? I just want to beat somebody's ass on this planet. Like, I need you guys to produce your best person, your best whatever, okay? This is essentially what's going to give me your best whatever fighter, and I'm going to beat that ass. And after I beat that ass, then I'm going to go, right? Because if I beat your best and I beat that ass already, I don't need to spend any other time here, right? Like, this is his persona, right? This is who he is. His purpose is combat, right? The fight is the prize. Like, I got the fight, right? I got the fight. Like, we're about to go. I'm happy. This is the best day of my life. Again, for the 1,000 times, best day of my life, because I'm about to get into a fight. This is more than just I be writing as a hobby. This is like a defining aspect of your personality. This guy was the first one to start baby fight clubs, right? I'm sure. So this is who we do it. Like, he's there for a purpose, and he's got the skill set actually to do it, right? We know this. He possesses extreme superhuman strength, right? Extreme durability, accelerated healing, combat absolute mastery, weapons expertise, incredible endurance, and near unbreakable willpower. Like, this dude is insanity, right? Multiplied. So, many Invincible characters are powerful, but they're not battle beast powerful, right? They just ain't battle beast powerful. And he really could tip the scales however he goes. This dude's a problem, man. He's dangerous, and he's a problem. Now, overall, like, if you're looking at battle beast, right, he's not what you would call a hero, right? He's not. Battle Beast isn't even trying to be a hero. Like, I don't care, right? Look, I'm over here. I'm looking for a good fight. Who can produce a good fight for me? Because if you can produce a good fight for me, then I'll probably pay attention to whatever you're talking about. If not, get up out the way. Like, that's just essentially what Battle Beast is on, right? Like, get up out the way. If you can't give me a good fight, I don't care. Stop talking to me about stuff, man. I don't even know why you're over here all up in my face talking to me if you're not ready to scrap. And here's the thing, you be worthy. Like, I don't even want to fight. If you're like just a little bitch, I don't even want to fight you. This is Battle Beast. Like, I don't even want to fight you, right? Because, like, I don't get nothing out of this. So he's not actually against evil. He's not like any, he's not really. Let me see. I should have a picture up on here, man. Because this is what's driving me on this one here, right? I gotta show you this, because this will make a big difference here, or at least it'll give you some insight into why this character just resonated with me. I should have an image of this cat here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. All right. So this is Anhur. So obviously, like, the whole, like, when I saw my man Battle Beast, I was like, yeah, that's Anhur right here. Warrior god, like son of Sekhmet, right? So this is a really cool character. It has some ties in mythology that I saw right off the bat. So we're gonna talk about Anhur later. So I'm just gonna, like, minimize you on. In fact, Anhur, you know what? You're just gonna have to go away for right now. There's a part for you in this discussion, and it ain't right now, right? So this is the thing, like, Battle Beast, we need to understand, like, he's not not a hero, right? This guy is not a hero, right? You can try and call him a hero, and he'll probably fight you over it just for fun, right? If he thinks you might be worthy of a good throttling, he'll go ahead and get down. But he's going to enjoy this fight. He can heal faster and better than you. So, you got to use your toe. You got to use your caution if you're going to take on Battle Beast, man. He's not that dude to be messed with, right? He is the warrior archetype. So his story is not a story of good versus evil. That's not what his story is. This is not a guy who's talking about good versus evil. This is a guy who's like, the victory is the meaning. The battle is the meaning behind it. So there's some rich mythology behind it. But like I said, like, he's Anhur. This is like Achilles. This is Heracles. So I see a lot of shades in mythology, and I'm going to get to talking about those guys later. But I want to just kind of start off by kind of like laying in to who Battle Beast was, like how this character developed, like, you know, the early roots of getting to Battle Beast, right? So this is Battle Beast in a nutshell, right here, right? And then getting to Battle Beast, like his powers, okay? Because Battle Beast, his powers are exceptional. Like I kind of like breezed over his powers. I just really breezed over his powers, right? But if someone were to say, what's up with Battle Beast? Well, he's exceptionally, incredibly, ridiculously strong. That would be true. That would be 100% true. Like, I couldn't push back on that in any way. But that doesn't really tell us how terrifying of a character that he really is, right? Like, lots of cats are strong. Lots of characters are strong. Lots of guys can, like, punch through a building. Lots of guys can survive some impossible injuries. But Battle Beast, man, within all that, Battle Beast is still something slightly different, man. He's really, truly more dangerous than anything else, right? We've seen his power. He's something else. From the most basic level, he seems like he's just like bursting through power. I mean, how powerful is this guy? Like, we're talking about extreme levels on everything. Vast combat experience. We have no idea. It seems like this guy's extremely long-lived. He's been in combat at every single point. Incredible healing factor. He's resistant to pain beyond normal levels. So this stuff isn't even hurting him. So we see him like with some incredible accomplishments that put him in this universe, at least, man. He's clearly among the most dangerous freaking beings in Invincible's world, man. This dude, man, we've seen him. We put eyes on him just tearing humans apart, man. Like fighting entire armies. This dude will go solo against entire army, and the army will be worn out. Like, he doesn't even get tired. So his ability just to keep going, this massive expenditure of energy, where he's getting it from, man, I don't even know. I can't even imagine. But it's the thrill of the battle for him. So like once it's in, like he's like, this dude's in heaven, man. Like, I know he's growling there, but it's a growl with a smile on it. If you can see the corners, he's like absolutely 100%. Like whenever you see something, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah. That's exactly what I wanted right there. That's Battle Beast when he gets into a battle, right? So I'm telling you, man, stay away from this guy at all ends. Like, don't cross it, because he's gonna enjoy you, right? He continues battling even after he's severely wounded. Like, he doesn't stop. Injuries that would just absolutely kill most people, most beings, I should say. Battle Beast just handles it, man. He just keeps on going, man. You can slice him, you can dice him, man. But the Battle Beast, man, just keeps on coming, right? Like, he's it, man. Like, even Immortal, like, I gotta give Immortal his run, but like this dude right here, man, Immortal's nothing compared to him, man. I even hate to say that about my man Immortal, but it's true. It's the truth. Like, he wants it, man. If you're a planetary level character like me, he wants it with you, man. He like, let's go. Let's go. I got the endurance. I've been practicing. I got some new moves. I got my new suit on, whatever it is. Like, he's 100%. He is not just like brute force running around. This dude's skilled on a whole nother level. Like, he is trained. He combines force with technique. And so every move that he does is practice, because it is like, man, and you still got the braids right there. This is hard. Fuck, man. This is one of the hardest dudes out there, man. I don't see how he doesn't get more run. This is a shocking character right here. This character here is like, man, I'm looking for worthy combat, man. That's the best side, man. Like, this guy, I don't know if the Asgardians know about this guy. This guy's perfect for Valhalla, man. This guy is perfect. Let me tell you something, Battle Beast. There's a place called Valhalla, and every day it's just scrapping all day long, man. Like, you guys scrap, then all day, and then at the end of scrapping, like, you come in and there's a feast, you drink some mead, and you go to bed, and you know what's gonna happen the next day? Get into a fight again, man. Every single day, right? So maybe that's the best place for you, because that's who he is. He's the warrior who never, ever freaking stops. Like, his motor for it, man, it's extreme. This is a high output guy here, man. Perfect tincture copy, man. Perfect. Yeah, I love this dude. From the first time he stepped on the scene, I was like, man, this is a badass dude right here. This is absolutely a badass dude. Love it, man. Like, he goes after, again, not a hero, Just a worthy dude, a worthy opponent. That's all it means. Pain means nothing to me. Like, I'm 100% about that. Like, pain literally means nothing to me, right? And the deep part of it, like the real deep part of it, is that war is his identity, right? And that's a different thing when war is your identity, not just like your job or your occupation or even your passion. This is your identity on like a big level, man. Like, this is compulsion to seek worthy struggle. Like, he loves it, man. It's a dude that would have ran up on Gilgamesh and be like, yeah, let's go after it. Like, so he embodies very old ideas found in mythology about the warrior who exists for the battle, right? That's kind of one of the myths of Ares. So I think there's some Ares in there. And I'll show you the mythological connections to this. But I think you see a lot of Ares in that whole idea. Like, it's not politics, it's not about wealth, it's not even about glory. It's not even about glory. It's about actual fighting. That's it. Combat is the purpose. Battle is the identity. War is the spirituality. The battlefield is where he feels like he's most complete. That makes him function on a whole different level from every other type of character, man. Like, I want to be here, man. I'm excited about being here. I couldn't get a full night's sleep last night because we were going to be here right now. Like, I woke up 3 hours early and drove over here just so I could be here for right now. Right now, that's who this character is. So I don't think there's another character in Invincible where we kind of see that same kind of like passion about fighting. Like, it's fundamentally not like we know that, right? We know that. So I like the character. I like the power set. Obviously, one of the more powerful characters in Invincible's entire world. So I love this character. The next part I was going to talk about with this character right here, kind of just to keep this character pushing, is like this archetype that he represents. Like, there's a lot of warriors, and I kept mentioning there are more. Let's look at who we're talking about here. Okay, so these are some very popular kind of warrior archetypes that we know about, like dudes that kind of are in that same mindset, and a pretty good list of characters here. Like, the first one, like obviously up there, man, is Kraven the Hunter. And I was just watching the recent flick, which is alright, man. I give it a strong, like, it's alright, right? It was alright. Like, there's parts I enjoyed about it. But he kind of has that mentality, like that Kraven the Hunter mindset, man. Kraven was just absolutely, right? Like, Kraven the Hunter, man, this is actually one of I've always been torn on Kraven, man. I remember getting introduced to Kraven during, obviously I was heavy into Spider-Man early on. I don't know, I can't remember which one I saw him at. If it was like Spectacular Spider-Man or whatever. I don't know which Spider-Man it was, but that's how I got introduced to Kraven. So I had always seen him as more like a pure villain. Like, I kind of get what they were pushing with him. I don't know if it fully landed with me. Like, I don't know. In the movie, I couldn't separate, my kind of thinking he's a villain. I don't know that I'm able to do that, right? It kind of seems like I haven't been able to do that. And I don't know if it stopped me from enjoying the movie. I feel like I still enjoyed the movie. I feel like it's still a pretty good movie. And I feel like I kind of like the character a little bit more. But this is Kraven, and like the backstory with Kraven. In fact, let me get you a little backstory. Let me get you a little backstory real quick, like on Kraven, right? Like, let's see here. What's the backstory on Kraven the Hunter? Like, when did this come out? Who developed it? Like, that kind of stuff. All right, so Kraven the Hunter was created by Stan Lee and this dude Steve Ditko. And this character's been out for a long time. He first appears in Amazing Spider-Man number 15. This is August 1964. So he's been around for only 60 years. he debuted only a couple years after Spider-Man himself. So man, this is like some Marvel, like, man, this is old school Marvel right here. So I do remember him early. Like I got introduced into, through Spider-Man myself. This is Sergei Kravinoff, known as Kraven the Hunter. His brother is the Chameleon, right? So if you watch the flick, like, he gets his powers. I remember watching him getting his powers. The only thing I didn't like Chameleon seemed good. The only thing I didn't like was how they did Rhino, man. Like, they totally fucked over Rhino, man. It was just not a good representation. So like, we see all this. So from Marvel lore, this is a guy who's like Russian, he's like Russian aristocracy, like part of the oligarch, prior to the Russian, family who was in before the revolution. His father was abusive, and his family was like a crime family. So he sees himself as like from a noble line, that he is superior, that he's a predator, because they're predators. That's what his drug. At least in the flick, his pops was in the drug trafficking, right? So that's kind of how they So it's that kind of world. It's a predatory world, right? But then he gets this extra ability, and now he's just enhanced. He's got strength and speed and all this stuff that like really goes along, like enhanced senses, slowed aging. So he doesn't depend on really any technology, right? So he's raw, man. He's going by his skill. He uses weapons, but he'll use a lot of knives, a lot of spears. Like, he gets it old school, man. And he hunts Spider-Man because Spider-Man becomes the ultimate prize, like hunting him. He's caught lions and tigers, elephants, like all these things. None of this is enough. So he's kind of seen Spider-Man right off the bat. He sees Spidey as that kind of threat, right? And that's the thing with hunters. Like, sometimes there's hunters that are supremely driven. Like, so this is kind of the story that really got him in, was The Last Hunt, like 1987. Yeah, I think this is the one I remember. This is the one I remember. Let me see if I can find this thing now. Let me see if I can find this. This would be great. Yeah, I remember this one here, man. Let me grab this image for you guys. Yeah, this was a bomb ass episode, man. It's like six issues, right? Hurry up, come on. Yeah, this was my intro. This was my real introduction. This 1987, his last hunt, and he's on Spider-Man's ass, man. Like, it was an epic story, man. Like, yeah, this is Mike Zeck, J.M. DeMatteis. Yeah, this is one of the most like psychological, because Kraven actually defeats Spider-Man. He shoots him, he buries him alive. He puts on Spider-Man's costume, so he proves, like, wearing of your skin, right? Like, to kill him, to bury him, to wear his skin. This is how deep it was with this character, man. Like, psychologically, it was a very, very deep and real dark, like, episode, man, for Spidey. Obviously, for Spidey, this is a very, very dark time. So he takes his own, like, and then he takes his own life. In this episode, so they have him in full, like, free fall, like, mentally. So there's a lot going on with this character, but what I was getting at with this guy is that he's so deep into that, like, the warrior code, like the hunter code, like he's 100% driven. So he's like, it's weird because these guys are so, they're like, they don't operate like villains, even though we see them as villains. They don't necessarily operate. Well, I guess if you're Spider-Man, you are saying he's operating like a villain. And that's 100% the truth. Like, he is operating like a villain. However we want to slice that pie up. But there's a lot, like, and I'll talk about it when I get to the mythology. Like, he's kind of rooted in that mythology as well. Like Orion, Nimrod, like the Great Hunter. Like, they see themselves as that. And so they do elevate to that. So that's kind of what, what he endures. Like, he is that supposedly, that archetype. And then there's others. Let me move these out of here. Yeah, so Worf, like, yeah, Commander Worf, yeah. Yeah, he's the next one up there, right? Like, let's expand on Commander Worf, like who he is, like what do we know about Commander Worf and his warrior code. This is a good character. I have to be really honest. I'm not as up on Star Trek really as I should be. Or, whatever. I don't feel like I have to be. But he's this big Klingon man. Like he always deserves a closer look because I think it's an interesting character. Let's. Commander Worf. Let me grab it. Let me grab it so we can still like talk about this cat right here because he represents his archetype kind of in the same like this is the archetype as well, man, where like your identity is warrior, right? Like essentially it's more than just like what you do. Like you don't ever really step out of it, right? Like I don't think Worf ever really steps out of that role of being the warrior, like all the stuff that goes along with, yeah, I'm the warrior here. This is Worf, where he's all about like honor, combat proficiency, warrior code. Like he lives off of that stuff, man. That's 100% who Worf is. So this is a dude like I wasn't really into that next generation of Star Wars or Star Trek. Excuse me. He's a Starfleet officer, he's a security officer, he's a tactical officer. Later on, he becomes an ambassador, but he's both Klingon and Federation. So this is kind of where we start to see that warrior ideology, like that culture used to collide with one another, right? Like the Klingon and the Federation, like culturally, were at odds with each other. So this is kind of a merger in here, right? And the tragedy, like the thing that he really why he resonates with people is that he kind of comes in as a child. His parents are killed during a Klingon attack. He's adopted, raised by humans, so he's different. Like he's physically and emotionally different despite being raised by humans. He's still Klingon, right? So he creates this lifelong identity struggle because humans see him as what you are as Klingon, and Klingons see him as too human, what you are, right? Like I gotta get it, man, right? So he builds himself, he kind of surrounds himself in this warrior code because it's easier for him to truly find an identity within that. So that's why it's a very complex thing. Like this guy's all about honor. Your reputation's always on the line. Your actions matter. Your words matter. Courage, like fear is expected. You come with courage. Cowardice is not tolerated. He's a warrior, confronts danger directly. Even when his defeat is likely, you still go into it. It's all about loyalty, allies, to your house, to your people, to like the people that you take an oath with. So breaking loyalty is in his culture one of the worst things that you can do, right? Like obviously. So glory, like meaningful life comes through a meaningful legacy. So the goal isn't simply surviving. The goal is to be remembered for what you did. And if you gotta die, you gotta die, right? And this is about duty. He's like that. He doesn't fight because he enjoys violence. He fights because what he's protecting requires it, right? So that's kind of where he sees it. And that's kind of in that archetype of a warrior. He has those inner conflicts, but this is what he is. So this is how he sees combat. Like, right? This is how he sees combat. Versus Battle Beast. Like, Battle Beast's purpose is combat. Everything else becomes secondary. Family, politics, civilization, all those things eventually become background noise, whereas Worf is like, no, it's honor first. It's combat serves honor, honor serves duty, duty serves people, people serve civilization. So he's running through all. So the way that he sees battle is fundamentally different than what we would get out of Battle Beast, right? So they are coming at in different ways, right? He's more samurai. Like I see him more samurai. He's more of a knight. This is kind of more Heru type representation. I like the character. Like I'm definitely down with Worf, but yeah, that moral upbringing, that's definitely what it's going to be. And then you see kind of the other characters. Obviously, there's similarity to Thor, Achilles, Hercules, who are the main ones I was talking about, and they have that similar representation. And of course, with Sekhmet, right? So like you know, we can kind of see like each one of these was really driven by what their power set was, like, right? So this is kind of where we get it. Okay, so like, when did give me a little backstory on Worf. Like, when did this character first come out? When did you first see him? Who created him? Like, tell me what's going on a little bit with Worf. This is that second generation, so I'm assuming this is like early 80s. So, okay, so the first time we seen Worf on the screen is Encounter at Farpoint, 1987. So I was kind of guessing earlier 80s, but this is like later 80s. A Klingon. His father was Mog, a respected Klingon warrior. When he was a child, his parents were killed in a battle at the Kitometer massacre, a devastating attack that left him orphaned. He was adopted by two humans, Sergei Rod Hanko and Helena Roz Hanko, and raised within the Federation. So he becomes a defining event of his entire life. Like, Worf grows up trapped between these two worlds because biologically you're a Klingon, but inside you're just a bitch ass nigga like all the rest of us, right? Like, that's kind of who he is, right? So Worf like has a whole different like persona even coming into it, man. He's defined by it, but I'd say you're definitely a different type than Anhur, like 100%. I say the same with Thor. Like, Thor is still more like oriented towards battle. He kind of keeps it pure, but I still don't see. Yeah, he would fight for fun too, man. Thor would also fight for fun. That's actually true. Thor would fight for fun. We don't have to guess about that. I think Achilles would too. I think Achilles would, like, yeah, all these guys are down. Hercules, he would enjoy the fight. Anhur, all these guys would 100% enjoy the fight. It's the battle of it for them. Man, that's the most like gangster. That's the most pleasurable thing. Like, testing yourself. Man, there was a comic book. I'm trying to think this comic I remember coming out, man. There was a comic that came out. I want to say it was Fantastic Four. And on the front, there's a boxer who comes to Earth and he challenges everyone to a fight and beats everybody's ass. Except maybe the Thing, like the Hulk gets disqualified. You know what episode that was or what comic I'm talking about? Yeah, Champion of the Universe, man. This is some real like next level comicry right here, man. If I can find this one here for you guys. Oh, this is cool right here. Glad I found this. Oh man, I remember this episode. I'm gonna show you guys here in a second. I'm just saving it right now. This guy is way more battle beast than anyone I've ever seen. I can't believe this didn't come out. This guy, because it's old school, man. This guy was this is what was it called? Tycho. Trico. This is Trico. Move. This guy is one of the elders of the universe. And let's see, who's he called here? Let's see where you at. Yeah. This guy up on the screen right here. I'm gonna drop this behind me so I can zoom in on this. This is one of my favorites, man. This dude beats everybody's ass. Now, the episode it's Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. Right, so I had once in my lifetime had the privilege of owning said comic book, right? Like, that's how deep in the streets I was with my comics as a children, right? And I remember this episode. This is 1982 that this comes out, and essentially, he is one of the elders of the universe, right? You're one of the strong, the oldest beings in the universe. He, the Grandmaster loves games. Champion is obsessed with combat. Another obsessed with combat. So he decides to go to Earth and hold a giant boxing match. And here's the thing. What's the prize? Earth gets to survive. That's the prize. The loser, Earth loses. The loser is Earth. The winner is hopefully not him. Because if he's the winner, right? What you can imagine, man, you're elder of the universe. How is this even fair, man? How do you even guys come to this? So this was an awesome episode, man, because we got to see the Hulk goes at him, Thor, Namor, Wonder Man, Colossus, Sasquatch, Doc Samson, and the things. It's a great episode. Everybody gets that ass beat. The champion absolutely demolishes every single person. Doc Samson gets eliminated. Namor refuses to participate. Colossus gets his ass beat. Sasquatch gets beat down. Wonder Man gets disqualified. Thor tried to bust him in the head with a hammer and gets disqualified. The Hulk rips off his glove and stops boxing. And just like, yeah, fuck it, we just going at it, man. So yeah, like that was it. He gets disqualified. The Thing goes in there, man. The Thing assumes Ben Grimm is finished because the Hulk is stronger, Thor is stronger, Wonder Man is stronger. But Ben Grimm goes in there and he's actually a boxer. This is where Ben Grimm comes in better than the Hulk, right? So before anything, Ben Grimm knew how to street fight and was an amateur boxer. So he survives longer than anyone. He takes some punishment that should kill him. Like, he gets his jaw broken. Like, he's fucked up, man. He beats him halfway to death, but Ben keeps getting up. And that was enough for him to be like, oh, yeah, I see you guys as worthy for weak earthlings, right? So that's kind of where the whole story is, right? So we do get that warrior or combat measuring tool, up in other aspects of that Marvel Comics too. This is a great episode, man. Like, if they got this stuff on digital, man, you guys should definitely check this one out. This is one of my favorites. I couldn't remember this guy's name until right now. Even though I've told people about it, I'm like, yeah, some episode, man, where the guy comes down and he's like, I'm boxing everybody and I'm beating everybody's ass. And the artwork on this one for that time, the artwork was really, really good too. I just remember kind of really being in it and like, being a fan of all these comic books, all these comic characters, and see them all together as they get their asses beat, man. That was timeless, man. That was real timeless comic booketry right there. I have to give it up to him. That was one of my favorites of all time. So there's a lot of good stuff. Like when we get to these, these characters here, like these mythological kind of similarities to this. There's a lot of good meat on the bone when we talk about, this dude and the warrior archetype. And the best part to me is that it does go back and you do get a lot of mythology, right? And I talked like almost any of the like lion-headed deities. Like I talked about Anhur, right? Let me pull one up. The first one up is obviously Sekhmet. Like Sekhmet and Anhur are so. But I don't see her. I don't necessarily see her as that. Like she's not fighting for fun. Okay, we're gonna talk about this one right now because I think that this list is incorrect. Okay, I don't think she fights for fun. She's fighting because she's pissed off and like you deserve whatever I'm getting ready to do to you. That's what she says. You are 100% deserving. I'm not here to have a good fight. Like that's not why Sekhmet is here, right? She's here because I'm already pissed off about something, and this is the aftermath, right? Like this is all running downhill. So she's very different. Like I see her obviously you have the lion-headed representation, right? Like we can see her lion-headed representation. Like obviously that leaks into Battle Beast pretty hardcore, right? It's easy to kind of make that analogy with her and Battle Beast. So I kind of sense that. But otherwise, like I think she has, obviously Anhur. This is Anhur's mother. So like there's a lot. Hercules, cool, Chulcane, all these like, where they would get into battles if they could all day long, just wrestle and fight with each other. But obviously we have war and stuff like that we got to worry about. So yeah, a great character, man. I really felt like they gave us a lot with Battle Beast. If we really look at this character, man, there's a lot of mythology in it. Like I said, Hercules and his like task oriented, all that stuff. This is a much deeper. This is an eternal warrior, and these guys love fight, man. They love a good fight. It's also like, who is it? Like Anhur, Montu. Montu's another guy, the Kemetic deity Montu. He's another one where he's there for that. Oh, he's more balanced than that, but yeah, he also enjoys it too, right? So I just wanted to get on Battle Beast. I'm gonna take a quick a quick break. We got a few people in here. Yeah, there's a few people in here. Guys, I'm going to dip just for a little bit and kind of get a little break. I'm going to load up some clips for you guys, though. Let's see if I've got anything for you guys here. Hold on. Okay. Dragons and the effect that most of the time we're talking about dragons. We're talking about dragons burning stuff up, right? Because it's the coolest and most destructive aspect of dragons. Like, we've seen dragon fire just like destroy anything. It's the ultimate weapon. Like, especially in these worlds, if you have, I think in damn near anywhere, I can't imagine where I could be at where a dragon isn't going to be the baddest thing out there, like, at any given time, right? Like right now, is our technology better than having a dragon? Like, are we there yet? Is our technology, military technology, is it such that what we have is better than having a dragon? Like, I know we have bombers, we all kind of stealth stuff, but like, is anything that we have better than a dragon? Right? Maybe, because we may have stuff right now, but I think it's something that's like, what kind of firepower are we using to outdo a dragon with our military stuff? I know we got some badass stuff out here, right? What are we talking about? At what point do we rise above the destruction that can be caused by one dragon, right? Some of it can even look as cool, right? None of whatever we make is going to be as cool as a dragon, right? None of the weapons, like, we can make some great bombers and stuff like that and some impressive helicopters. None of that shit is as cool as I have a dragon. So it's never there, but I think they can match the destructive force of a dragon. Like, how much destructive force does a dragon actually possess? Like, and we watch dragons destroy cities. Like, the dragon in this sense is the ultimate weapon in Legend. Like, I don't know of anything else in Legend as a singular weapon that rates up there with dragon fire. Like, consistently. Like, yeah, Zeus will give you lightning, and those are all kind of forms of each other. It's like lightning, that's kind of it. And I'm going to talk about why even lightning is something that is still kind of within dragon range, right? But these are seen to be, just the absolute, like, top weaponry, right? When the dragon rose up, like, I love watching a movie and there wasn't, it's a dragon in the movie, but nobody's seen the dragon yet. And then the dragon shows up and everyone's like, oh shit. Like, the people on the screen are like, oh, they're shook by seeing a dragon. And there's other stuff. Like, I'll talk about this one too. I'm going to try to remember some of the stuff. Is talking about dragon fear. I want to go back and talk about dragon fear. So I'm gonna make a note for myself, because I think that's an important topic. That'll be an important add-on. Dragon fear. I'm just taking some notes. I want to go back and talk about dragon fear as it was presented in Dragonlance series. All right, so I'm going to work on that, right, as well. Okay, so this is kind of what dragons are, because they're biological weapons, right? Like, we've seen dragon fire get explained in both, like, fantasy ways and in more scientific ways. Like, right, like, if you go back and you watch the Reign of Fire, like, I think it's Reign of Fire, whatever the one, it's man, who's in that, man? Oh man, Christian Bale. Is it? Yeah, Christian Bale's in it, and is it Matthew McConaughey? I think it might be Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, I think it's Reign of Fire. I think it is. It's like probably a 20-year-old dragon flick, right? So, like, dragons come back, and they're in modern times, and they explain dragons, even dragon fire, in a biological sense, right? It's two glands that heat up, and so it's a chemical mixture, right? Which isn't unheard of in real life. Like, in real life stuff, there's stuff out there that can shoot out fire, man. Like, real stuff. Like, we know that. You got a spark of this and whatever chemical mixture you put together. Like, dragons could do all that stuff. And I actually kind of prefer when dragons can do anything, right? But so this is kind of overall, like, dragons are not, like, first of all, dragons aren't, this is not ordinary fire, right? Right? Dragon fire is not ordinary fire. Dragon fire is at the top of all fires, okay? This is not, this is at the top of all fires. This is a force in nature, right? Like, we know this, right? What can dragon fire actually do? What can't it do, homie? It can melt stone. It can vaporize armor. This is observable stuff. It has destroyed entire castles in small cities effortlessly, right? Single dragons. It can burn entire cities apart. It creates fear even before the flames arrive. Like, this is what a dragon is. Like, one really big dragon easily can destroy a city in like minutes, right? I would say in minutes. Like okay, okay. Let me revise this. Okay, I'm trying to make it comparable. Like if a dragon was gonna try to destroy New York, like, what would happen? Like, how would that? Okay, let's strategize this. I'm trying to figure out, like, where dragons are in the modern world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what type of power would it take for, like, we see dragons destroy cities all the time in fiction, like in Westeros and shit like that, right? Could a dragon destroy a modern city? Like, one dragon, like when we see, like, Smaug come through and he burns out an entire city. Could he do that to a modern city? And, like, what kind of dragon are we talking about? Because I think this is important. This is important here, so we can put this dragonology as what it is to scale, right? We know the parameters of dragon fire, right? We know how hot it burns, which can be like 1,000 to 2,000 degrees. Like, you're in, like, low end dragon fire, right? Modern city, could a modern dragon destroy a city like Shreveport, Louisiana, where I'm living at right now, right? Could one dragon do that? Now, he could burn our neighborhoods, he could destroy vehicles, he could collapse structures, cause panic, and knock out our infrastructure. But destroying a city itself is a much bigger task, right? Because we're a lot more concrete, steel, brick, like, we use a lot more fire-resistant materials. Like, Westeros was all stone and, like, wood and dry stuff, right? So you were prone for burning up anyway, right? Like, that's exactly what it is. But like, a small dragon, I think, could take care of my entire neighborhood. Like, I mean, easily you could and if you're just gonna keep on doing it, you could go from neighborhood to neighborhood. Like, that wouldn't take you very long, right? It just wouldn't be like it would be like a prolonged attack, right? Like that, but that's what it is. So this is what dragons are. So on the low end, it's like 1,000, so, low end dragons, you burn obviously wood, vegetation, and you can kill humans. Like that's similar to, like, industrial fires. These are like, lower tier, as they were, lower tier dragons, right? And then you got your mid-level dragons, right? Now, your mid-level dragons, right off the bat, are able to do greater feats. They can melt steel, and that's important. That will be important if you're destroying, like, any industrialized city, like they were doing in, like I said, Rain of Fire is, like, the best example, right? All with dragon fire, how, like, they had burned up the world, right? In Rain of Fire, dragons were a planetary, right? So this is the power of dragons. Like, this is what I'm saying. Can we scale dragons out? So a mid-level dragon, man, you can melt steel, you can ignite buildings instantly, you can turn battlefields into inferno, right? Like, your heat range goes up about 2,500 to about 3,500 degrees. Then after that, you get into your high-end dragons, right? High-end dragons melt stone. They destroy fortifications. They create explosive shock waves. This is heat wave, expressions of up to 4,000 Fahrenheit plus. This is more like a volcanic eruption than just an ordinary combustion. And that's really the difference, right? This is what we're talking about in the various levels of dragon. And you see in mythology that it's different. Because different types of dragons project different types of things. They're not all even projecting the same things. And I'm going to make the argument for the movie, what's it called, man? Again, like a Rain of Fire, right? Like, because there's fire, which is traditional fire, which we see from dragons. And then there's like that napalm type stuff, right? Like napalm, which we see in Rain of Fire, right? So it's a whole different type. And then you have your plasma or your superhitter energy dragons as well. Then, of course, you have your magical dragons, and that ignores everything. And then you have dragons who are divine wrath. And I'm going to talk about a few of those as well, right? Now, your Game of Thrones dragons, which is obviously what we're really here for, they've shown that they can melt armor pretty easily. Like, Game of Thrones dragons have no issue melting armor. They can destroy whole armies, they can burn ships, they can reduce cities to ash. Like, King's Landing was built to survive that shit, and you see, like, it reduced it to an extinction level event. Like, it is extinction level weapon, because of how, one of the other advantages is, like, when you have a dragon, you don't run out of stuff. Like the dragons also bringing dragon intelligence, right? Like, even though we may have, highly destructive weapons, with our warfare and so forth, it still lacks like a dragon's instincts to conquer, right? Like what dragons willing to do. Dragons have shown us to be able to lose their powers or their particular dragon breath in ways I never would have freaking thought about, right? Like dragons know. Dragons know what's up, man. When it comes to dragon fire, nobody knows more about dragon fire than dragons, right? So they know. So when we watch King Landing get burned down like we're seeing here, like, I mean, it was destruction. The city was all stone. And it knew how to get in there, and it heated, like once those cities get heated up, they're like, I'm heating up your core. They understand what fire and heat does as well. What it does, like, again, because again, you're kind of leveraging dragon intelligence in there as well. Like, so we saw it fully on display, I would say, with Game of Thrones, like Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. I think we've seen, like, man, what Daenerys did with her dragons, man, that was 3 dragons. That was 3 dragons. And a pretty big one. I mean, Drogon was a pretty damn big dragon. So, and then we saw Smaug, right, in The Hobbit. And when he destroys Dale, right, like he just one dragon and he's just destroying entire military forces. Like it was nothing. Like nothing that they had was going to stop him from doing anything. No, I mean, like the fact that they got him, that's the story right there. It is the story. That should be the part that we focus on, because otherwise it's not like one scale. You know what I'm saying? Like one scale away from like absolute, I'm doing whatever I want to do. Absolutism. So that and see, and that's the thing. Like when you get a dragon, especially you get someone like Smaug, this is also intelligence, like ancient. Like when you're attacking Smaug, he probably knows things about the city that you don't even know, right? He's been around that long. He probably knows who built what it's built out of. Like really, if he removed his arrogance and went full on into its intellect, Smaug could be an even more devastating creature. I mean, honestly, with all the wisdom. And then he's greedy, and you can fly, and you got fire shooting out of your mouth. Like, I spit hot fire. Literally. Like, all that in one creature, man. Like, what would you be if like, right now, if all of a sudden you could fly? All right, yeah, I want to get into this other section real quick. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, you know what? I kind of been liking this. Let me see. So I got these set up. Yeah, I usually like to get into my like character evaluation here, man. You know, I like to call them like, where's my logo at here? I need my logo, man. It's gonna piss me off. Yeah, here we go. All right. okay, would you let him in the house? Like, this is my way I've been evaluating characters, man, for a little bit. Like, you know, a character shows up at your doorstep, right? And you got to make a decision on whether you're going to let this character in, right? That's the main thing. Like, this character, are they going to get into your home, right? Right. This is the big question. So I got a ranking system I think is really good for evaluating these characters. Superpower, mythological, otherwise characters, right? So this first one here, let's see who we got here, man. All right, let's go on this one here, okay. So we're going to run the would you let them in your house scenario, our 7-step program. And we're going to start off with Aquarius of Invincible series. So the 7-step program, obviously, like I said, it's going to be like our first impressions of him. And I want to hide this behind me. How you see him when you roll up to the doorstep, man? Like, how do you feel to me when you first get here, right? And if I'm looking at this character right here, Aquarius, man, you know, obviously you're very unusual, right? This is a very unusual looking character here. I'm going to have some kind of issues with you rolling up, right? You're an aquatic humanoid ruler of Atlantis. I mean, so, you know, there's a little bit of hesitancy when if that character rolls up, like right off the bat. I really got to be really honest. This isn't like, you know, to me, it's not a win, right? It's not a win. There's nothing added to the scenario in your looks, right? That's not what we're getting here, right? So when you roll up, like, I don't feel better because of how you look. Like, that's 100% true. That may be what they call xenomorphic, right? Xenophobic, right? That may be xenomorphic. That may be xenophobic, but it also is what it is, right? It absolutely just is what it is. Like, give me 1 second, right, guys? Give me 1 second. All right, this is gonna be really easy here, okay? Hang on 1 second. Let me get back into this really quickly. It's gonna be really quick, guys. All right, I'm back. Yo, what up, Doomy? What up, Doom Squad, Doom Patrol? Doomy is in the house, right? Doom Slayer, right? Thank you for stopping in again, as always. Welcome, Marlo. So, yeah, so we got this dude. So my first impression, this is Aquarius rolls up. Like, how do I feel about it? Now, this is... You love Invincible? I also love Invincible, man. It's a great series. So you'll be in tune with this, like... So, like... Aquarius rolls up on your crib, right? He knocks on the door. Do you let him in? Like, what's your instinct? Like, I know he carries himself like royalty, right? He is royalty. He's the ruler of Atlantis, right? They went literal fish guy with the ruler of Atlantis, right? He's royal. He carries himself more like a king. He shows up at the front door. I'm still like, Like, I'm really serious. I don't know that I want to let this guy in. Like, I like... You can't be dried out, right? Like, are you dry? Can I reasonably let you into the house at all, right? So I gotta weigh these things out. He's kind of a strange looking being. I'm trying to get over it, right? But I just don't know fully if I'm gonna be able to embrace him in my household, right? Like, this is where it's coming down to, right? Now, here's the second thing. Like, let's look at his power level, right? Like, his power assessment level is pretty high. This guy's got superhuman strength. He's got enhanced durability. He's got underwater superiority, combat training, leadership experience, probably have diplomatic immunity, all that stuff, right? You've been trained by the Atlantean military resources, right? So you have lots of resources around being able to beat my ass if you show up at the door, right? So he's dangerous because he's king, and like a king never really rolls alone, right? He's got everything with him. So like on his power assessment level, this guy's really, really high. He's a 6 out of 10. That's enough to really make this a bad day, like to ruin my year. Now I'll move on to the next step, and I'm like, let's evaluate him as a character. Like, what is he? What do I see? This guy doesn't seem to be power hungry. Doesn't seem to be cruel. Doesn't seem to be selfish, funny. Doesn't seem to be sadistic. Like, he generally seems like he's protecting his people. And I do like that about him, and I'm going to be honest. Like, he's defined by his duty. He behaves like a public servant and not like a dictator, also like that. So on character, like, this guy actually really overcomes a lot, man. He really raises it up a lot. So the big question here, like, Aquarius is at my house. Like, what does this mean for me now? Like, the best interpretation, my hope is that he's here looking for some information. He's investigating some type of a threat. He's attempting some type of diplomacy. He's warning me about some danger. All those things I could deal with, right? Now, it could be he needs some temporary assistance. Another thing is that I could have polluted in the seas and it went to Atlantis. Like, something garbage-wise with my name on it sunk all the way down to Atlantis, and he's coming up here to personally handle this bullshit, and he has to deal with me, okay? So I'm willing to apologize, first of all. So it doesn't have to get crazy with this guy, right? We can totally deal with this thing kind of, as gentlemen would, right? The best case scenario is that we have a conversation. He sits down, tells me what's up, how I can help with the crisis. I'm cool with it. Now I have a story nobody's going to believe me about. By the time he came to my house, the King of Atlantis came over here the other day and we blazed up together. It was really, really nice too. But I might even get an ally out of this, and maybe he gives me some technology. The worst case scenario isn't him. It's like whatever, now Omni-Man has to kill me too, because I was the last person to see him. So there could be some negatives, but generally, like, I'm going to let this guy in. He's a little weird looking. I don't know if I really want that overwhelming fish smell, which has to happen, right? He has to come with like an overwhelming fish smell. And I don't know if I want that in my house, but overall, I would still say, yeah, I feel like if it's something important that needs to be done, like, yeah, I feel like, all right, what the hell? Oh, come on. I got to do this thing for Instagram. You got to slide it to make it lock. It's harder than it seems like, right? So this is what it is, man. Like, I'll probably let him in. Like, my instincts are like, all right, you gotta let him in. It's probably gonna be on some hero stuff, but now I gotta worry that Omni-Man might be like, looking for me too, right? So that's kind of my overall rating on him. You get in, but man, I'm kind of anticipating something. But you seem like a decent guy, man. You actually seem like a decent character guy, right? Oh man, now we got Black Samson. Okay, now we got Black Samson. Now, obviously, like I'm gonna holler at the brother, right? Like, Black Samson. This is a cool dude. Like, Black Samson, he isn't a king. He's not a cosmic conqueror. He's not a monster. He's a veteran hero who's been through some stuff, right? He's one of the most human heroes in Invincible, to be perfectly honest. One of the easiest guy to kind of connect with, right? So if he shows up at my front door, my first thing would be like, okay, I'd be like, yeah, that's a hero right there. It's a big ass dude. Right? You know what I'm saying? Confident, carries himself like a guy who's been through a bunch of fights. But he's cool. Like, it's he's not like a battle beast. He doesn't project violence. He projects competence and discipline. This is what I get when I look at this bro, right? Like, bald head dudes. We can typically trust bald head dudes, man. Like, bald head dudes really are the homies too, man. They're the bald head dudes of us, man. Right? So, like, overall, I'm looking at him like, yeah, okay. He's a big dude, but it's all right if you're on our team. Like Shaq, when you're on our team, you being big isn't scary, right? And then I look at him, and overall, his power threat, this guy's pretty significantly powered. Superhuman strength, enhanced durability, right? He can fly. He's got some energy-based abilities. He's got advanced combat training. Even depower, like, he's definitely very dangerous with his experience, right? So this guy loses his power and remains valuable. He's a battlefield leader. He's a tactician. This dude's all about it, man. He's not Viltrumite level, but he's beyond normal humans, right? So I gotta really give it to him. Like, if I assess him along those lines, like, this is a guy I really like. Like, I really, really dig this guy, right? This guy is like, he's kind of based on, his evaluation, character-wise, he's a good guy. He's actually a pretty good guy, man. I actually like his character. He's high morals. He's protective. He's all that. He really is. Like, this is overall a pretty good character, right? I would say that, right? Why is he at my house? Okay, let me see something here. Like, why is he at my house? This is gonna be an important thing, like, for Black Samson. Why are you here? You're another one of those guys. Like, why are you at my house? And it's gonna matter a lot. Like Black Samson, okay. Black Samson in Invincible kind of reminds me of Luke Cage in the Marvel Universe. Am I correct on that? Or is there someone else who's probably a more like kind of better association than him? Let's see. All right, here's some of the differences, right? Like Luke Cage is more survivor. Yeah, they're Wildcat, older kind of heroes. Yeah, he's a savvy fighter, right? So he's a little different. I like the character overall. If he comes to the door, I gotta assess the threat. Like, why are you here? Probably investigating something, looking for some witnesses. Like, you're trying to figure, like, you're righteous. You're 100% gonna be righteous. You're gonna be at my door for some pretty much righteousness all the way through, right? Best case scenarios, like, yeah, I get a conversation. He's cool, he's respectful. We mutually respect and like each other because we love the same hood, and it's cool. Worst case scenario is not him, it's whoever could be following him or what he's investigating that would be a problem for me. So, like, yeah, if you come to the house, like, yeah, you're gonna get in, man. Come on, bro, you're definitely gonna get in. You're definitely gonna be welcome to come to the crib. So, I really, really enjoyed his character, man. And yeah, I believe you're on the side of righteousness, man. That's what I believe about Black Samson, man. Like, look, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I know what they got you doing down there, man. I know how tough they make it for you down there, man. It's always an extra step, right? All right, so Darkwing, man. Oh, man. Okay. Darkwing. This character here is a deep, deep character right here. Like, Darkwing, man, this is a real gray area kind of character, right? Like, this is like training skill, fighting quality. Like, Darkwing is a mad obsessive character, right? Like he shows up at your door, man, black costume, cape, right? Not smiling, like, just standing there. This dude's mad unsettling. Like, it's gonna be problematic if he just shows up at the house. And he's a pretty significant threat, man. Like, he doesn't have superpowers, but he's mad deceptive. He's a peak of human conditioning. He's a martial arts master. He's a stealth expert, right? He's got advanced gadgets. Like, this dude be throwing polos, Indian rug. He does everything, man. He's got criminal investigation skills. Like, this guy's kind of elite. He's elite in a lot of areas, so I have to give him his props, right? I have to give him his prop. Like, as a threat, his threat level is significant enough that he's not physically overpowering, but he's extremely dangerous in the wrong or right circumstances, depending on whose side he's on, right? Now, he gets interesting. Like, if I evaluate his character, I feel like he gets a little more problematic for him. Like, he's dedicated, he's disciplined, he says he's committed to justice, but he's also like classic vigilante. You're classic vigilante, like, maybe you're kind of the criminal. Like, there's a lot with this character. Like, crime is personal to you. Oh, man, I don't know. He's a tough character. When I see obsessed characters like that, it's tough. So I don't necessarily, because look, you're one bad night away from them, like, seeing you in a whole different light too, right? So I got to be conscious of that. Good intentions, but man, I don't know about you guys, man. If you're at my house, like, why are you here? I believe you'd be here for good intentions, like that. That's true. Best case scenario is that maybe you saved my life or something. You were detecting something, and somebody was around me, and you're like, look, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna protect you, and I totally appreciate that. The worst case scenario, again, it isn't a threat from him. It's what you bring along with you in terms of enemies or off the set, right? So that's really what it is. So Darkwing, like, I see you knocking at the door, I'm probably like, fuck. I see Darkwing, I'm like, fuck. That means some stuff going on around here that I probably don't want to have to deal with. But now I kind of got to let this dude in, man. I kind of got to let him in for my own protection, right? So for my own protection, if he shows up at the crib, like, yes, he has to get in. Like, yeah, absolutely. There's not a scenario in which he doesn't get in, right? I got to know what's going on, right? Who's up next, right? Let's see who's up next. Okay. Oh, man, Warrior Woman, right? Was it the Invincible character, War Woman, or is it Warrior Woman? Yeah, this is a deep character. This is War Woman right here, which obviously is a very Wonder Woman-esque type of character. She first came out in Invincible #7, right, which is 2003. This is also Robert Kirkman, Corey Walker, and she's clearly like very Wonder Woman, very Norse mythology, very Valkyrie, ancient warrior queens. That's who she is, and your powers are classic for that archetype, right? She has superhuman strength, flight, extreme durability, combat mastery, and centuries of warrior experience. So that's who she is. So we know that's very Diana from Themyscira, right? She's absolutely that. Her signature weapon, however, is a mace with which she will bust you in the head with, right? Like, what else can you really do with a mace? You can't do much with a mace but bust people in the head. So unlike other superheroes, she doesn't feel like, she's more ancient. She's got something to her. So she's not portrayed as a modern celebrity hero. So she can kind of get out of the way of like what they're currently doing, right? When she was alive, she could. So she's more honor, she's duty, she's combat, she's protection, right? And her mythological connections, like obviously, she's divine warrior woman. She's Sekhmet, divine warrior, protector. She's Anhur. She's Athena, right? Which she shows a great connection to, which is strategic warfare, which is wisdom combined with combat. She's going to give you everything, right? The Valkyries are the supernatural warrior women. These are the chosen women of battle. So she actually fits that narrative as well, like pretty significantly. So one reason she stands out is that she's one of the most memorable early moments when Omni-Man attacks the Guardians. She's one of the few Guardians who actually hurts him, right? Like, she doesn't get wiped out instantly. Like, she fights back, like, hardcore. So for a moment, like, she helps show that Omni-Man can bleed. Obviously, it didn't matter for much beyond that point, but that's why fans remember her. And she's been a significant character, man. So I really, really enjoy this character. And if she shows up at the crib, like, the first thing, like, I'm going to run the steps on her. Let's go through the steps on her. Okay. Let's go through the 7 steps on her, right? From beginning, from impression. So I like this. Like I said, overall, you got that Diana Themyscira kind of feel to it, right? You see her at the front door. She's tall. She's like 6'2", right? Armored, carrying a big ass mace, right? Like your booty's gonna feel a little tight. Yeah, but like understandably, your butt's gonna feel a little bit like tight at that moment. Understandably, right? She's got a big ass mace. This is not cosplay, right? This is something very serious is going on here. That this woman here. So automatically I'm like, uh-oh. Like, this is a normal thing in my neighborhood, right? I assess her power and like, damn, I mean, the power level is quite illmatic, right? Superhuman strength, flight, extreme durability, combat mastery, enhanced reflexes, centuries of warrior experience. That's it. Like, she got skill. She has the skills to pay the bills. Like, this is who she is. She's against monsters. She's against armies. She's like she knows how to fight against all this stuff, right? She's there. It's at the highest level. Not high enough to get my man Omni-Man, but she's still pretty good. From a character standpoint, like who she is on the inside, character level is actually impeccable as well, man. She's all about honor, right? We know this about her, man. She's all about honor. She's all about duty. She's all about responsibility, protection. She's not even motivated by fame and wealth and celebrity and ego. She doesn't care about that stuff, man. She's pure. She's pure of heart. She's a pure protector first. Like, that's a rare combination. So in that regard, her character level is extremely high. So when she comes in, she's like, why are you at my house? Like, yeah, this isn't random. Maybe you're here to warn me about some danger, to which I'm going to listen to you. You're honorable and big, right? Maybe she asked for some help from me. All these things are possibilities. And you know what? Maybe, right? Like, I'm not gonna go up against her, right? Her motives are typically gonna be pretty good. I believe in her character type. The threat isn't really there. She's a protector. Like, she's proven herself to be that. So yeah, she's not the threat, right? That she's not who the threat is. Maybe somebody following after her would be a threat, but she's not going to be a threat to me. She's going to be honest with me. She's probably going to be pretty protective of me, and I feel good about it. I feel good about the whole scenario. If I see her at the door, yeah, you're going to get in, right? You're absolutely going to get in. I don't see a downside. Like, this is a pretty clean cut. Like, you know, yeah, I probably want to know her. I probably want to be under her protection. Oh man, come on, right? Dren, all right. So Dren. All right, you guys remember this movie, man? I think it was called Split. So now we're gonna talk about Dren from Split showing up at the door. All 7 steps. Man, Splice, yeah, the movie was Splice. Yeah. Okay, I gotta evaluate before we get into the evaluation, man. Like, I need a backstory on like who Dren is. I need a backstory on who Dren is, like how she came into existence, the year this story kind of came out, like what was going on, you know, that kind of backstory, like who put this character out. Because this is a mad interesting character, right? From a sci-fi standpoint, man, this is a very unique character. And like, man, you know, it makes me really want to get into some conversations about like hybrid creature, man. This is a 2009 story. Vincenzo Natali, who's, you know, known for doing the film The Cube, right? This is Adrian Brody. This is Sarah Polley playing the 2 lead characters, and this is about a biotechnology company, right, who combines organisms and is producing DNA from multiple species, right? And this is crazy. Like they're trying to get some enzymes, and you know, I was trying to get some enzymes for some shit, right? These guys fucking love enzymes, right? And obviously that, you know, they you know, break all kind of laws about all genetic splicing and all that stuff, and they create this thing, which is Dren, right? And it's weird because, like, look at it, man, right? Like, this is what it is. Like, man, like, this is highly intelligent, right? They're having sex, like she's developing from a child to an adolescent. Then she's a pretty adult. She's got, you know, she's simultaneously human and animal and experimental organism. Like, this hits a nerve, man. This hits a nerve because this movie really got into like ideas about genetic engineering, stem cell research. This is about cloning debates, designer babies. This was a lot of stuff going on, man, in this conversation, right? Splice takes all those fears and moves it even past that. So it's an excellent film in that regard. Like, there's some kind of crazy storytelling that goes along with that. And like, this is a weird thing because that, to me, that's still like very much some old mythology. Like, she is Frankenstein's monster. Like, when we really look at this story, this type of character, right? Like, this is Frankenstein's monster right here. This is the Golem. It's just different. It's Pygmalion, like the creature that he makes. And this is because they start immediately having sex with this creature, right? Like, Adrian Brody cracks it open first, literally, right? Like, and he's like giving it to her, right? He's not joking around. I mean, he's down to business. Like, this was no hezzy, right? Like, the opportunity comes up, no hezzy, right? Like, as soon as he's like, yeah, no hezzy whatsoever. He's just in it, just like. And Sarah Polley's in the other room. Like, you guys go together. I mean, I think they were fighting at the time, but I'm sure you could have worked it out, man. Like, you weren't just without, man. But he goes at this alien. That's the thing. She still looks like an alien, so I don't even know how you could do that, man. But you do it, man. You do it with no hesitation at all, man. Like, no hezzy at all. So it's a very different film. It's kind of wrapped up in a lot of cool stuff, man. It's wrapped up in some ancient storytelling, if we really look at it the right way, and then like responsibility, and then like, why fucking your creature, man? This is insane to me, man. It's insane. And then like the creature completes the circle by like essaying Sarah Polley's character. So like by the time it gets to that, man, like my brain's just like completely battle fried after all the storytellings that they give me. I don't know what the story really means. I really don't know what it means, right? Like, she's a frightening creature because if she gets out, her ability to procreate so quickly literally threatens our species. So they end up killing her, right? After she gets all up in Sarah Polley and, of course, impregnates Sarah Polley. Yeah, so yeah, she goes from female to male just like that. Now she impregnates Sarah Polly, and of course they keep the baby, right? Of course, like the company's gonna pay her to, you know, like they're gonna have this baby because this is what they're all about. They're trying to get this baby, and now they got it, right? So it's the whole thing is crazy in terms of like ethical warnings, and as a film, I think it's only gonna get more significant. I think as a film, it's gonna get more significant, and we'll look back at this. Hopefully we won't. But on the current trajectory to which we are on right now, I have a good feeling that these stories are going to be more important. So that's who Dren is. If you didn't know who Dren was, like, this is a good film. It's called Splice. I'm highly suggesting that if you have the opportunity, man, like check the film out. Okay. So now that I've given you like an hour dissertation on Dren, this is what it looks like when she comes up to the door, right? Something's standing there. Like, if I see you, Dren, like, this ain't looking good for you. You're not starting off well. You're standing there and you have a tail. Like, you're humanoid, but you're not a human. And I'm gonna be able to see that, right? I'm counting your limbs, and I'm seeing, yes, she's got limbs. Man, you got a big head, you know, kind of humanist features. But if I get whiff of that tail right off the bat, like, you already look a little weird. Like, you already look weirder than I'm willing to accept somebody coming around. So, like, your first impression, this ain't a good one, man. Like, I'm seeing this threat level as a high level immediately. I immediately deduce her as like a threat right off the bat. And then this chick, man, she's got mad skills, super agility, enhanced strength, accelerated growth, high intelligence. She got massively predatory instincts. She's got a venomous tail, and she's got adaptability, right? So, you know, she's constantly evolving, and she learns very, very quickly. So, yeah, all that stuff, man, she's too powerful, right? She is problematic, right? She is what a problem actually looks like manifest in the flesh. She's not world ending, but she kind of is, where if she gets out and she's able to start spreading her DNA, like, she's gonna be like getting up in other chicks, right? She's already figured that out. Or maybe she'll have sex with guys. She can do that too. She can be both ways. That's really the fear that she represents, right? Based on knowing her character, if I look at her and then I get an idea of her character, it's even worse. Right? She's even worse. She's not safe. Like, she's dangerous. She's impulsive. Like, she will jack you up, man. She's a high predator instinct. She's not supposed to be contained like this. They made her too good for her to be contained. She's like, yeah, I'm not taking this shit from you guys. I'm smarter. I'm faster. I can do everything better than you guys. And she can. That's the absolute truth about it. She actually can do everything that we talk about her doing better than everybody else. She's better than you guys, right? And what makes it worse is that she's emotionally driven, right? She's been treated like experiments or a project. Like, literally, that's what she is. She was a project. So she's never been treated like a person, but now she's out and she's got emotions that she doesn't know how to deal with. Jealousy, right? Being curious, being horny, loneliness, fear, being a hoe, all that stuff, man. Wanting affection or being a hoe, all those things mixed together, and you're emotionally unstable. We don't even know what's running through your body, what kind of hormones that you have that could be setting you off. So I don't know if I even see her as like not malicious. I think she's malicious as muck. Like, she's a very dangerous predator, man. She be talking shit too, man. Like, she knows what she's doing. Like, Dren's very, very dangerous, right? So why is Dren at my house? Man, I don't even know, man. You got out and you're looking for a place to lay low. That could be all it is. And here's the thing. I cannot render aid unto you, Dren. I cannot. It doesn't matter, man. The best case scenario is you just go away. That's the best case scenario. There's no other scenarios to it. You just go away. I don't answer the door and you just go away. That's what has to happen. The worst case scenario is that she gets up in there and I'm dead. Like, she shits me with the bar because I ain't having that nonsense. Like, and she's weird. She's probably gonna like try to put on some records and all that stuff like she did with Adrian Brody, and it's not gonna happen. So yeah, Dren, like, yeah, there's no way on earth Dren ever gets in any place where I'm living at. Like, I'm gonna be very extremely and honestly adamant about, yeah, we're not letting Dren up in here, man. Like, no way, no count. No way, no count are we gonna let Dren in there, man. Like, this isn't gonna happen. Right? Like, I mean, because she's mad powerful. As a character, it's dope. it's a dope movie, and you're always knowing that, man, if she gets out of containment, like, it's done. She can end humanity just like that. Like, right off the bat, she can end humanity, man. That's who Dren is, man. So that's a character always. I'm not letting her in, man. Like, that's a hard no. Like, and she thinks she's all seductive and hot. She's gonna try it. Because Adrian Brody, now she's like, yeah, I'm gonna try it all the time. This works. Except it doesn't, and nobody wants you, and nobody especially wants you, like, getting all up on them, Dren. I don't know if you realize that, but, like, yeah, you're getting all up on people. Like, yeah, it's not universal. It is not universal. But, like, man, a great character. Like, there's absolutely no way if she shows up that she gets anywhere near my door, right? Like, I'm just gonna be 100% honest with this one. Hold on, guys. Let me do this. I'm gonna drop this in on you guys real quick. Dude, this is a dude here, man, like, really, that's the height. He's a very honorable dude, right? So, you know, when Afro shows up, man, he brings a lot of presence with him because he's the #1. So, like, this guy's not like a minor leaguer here. This is, like, legitimately, like, an extremely dangerous threat. So we have to be conscious of that. No, like, there's been a couple of incidents, and now we blame mutants for it, and so we're just like, yeah, we're locking up mutants. So it gets involved. It's really a play on, like, surveillance systems now, how the governments move. It's really a play on that, right, as much as anything else, because it feels very like, you know, this was 24 back before, you know, when, you know, after 24 really, like, got its feet wet, like, people started mimicking that style. So it has that style, and you can kind of see that style in, like, a lot of the CSI type flicks and stuff like that. And I don't really dig on those too much, but the whole point is that they're being surveilled because they're mutants and they're living underground. Like, it's rough out there, right? And this kind of creates, you know, this theme. Like, this is kind of what the original X-Men, obviously this is an extrapolation of what the original X-Men story was, about them being these outcasts, right, that, you know, society was going to be against, and they feared and they hated them, right, and all this stuff. So this is that original story, which I was down with as a storyline. Like, as a kid, X-Men were among, you know, the main things that I was really, you know, really reading back then, right, back when I was really messing with comics like that. So I got that whole story, I got the whole thing, but now y'all been running this thing for like 60 years, and here's the contradiction within Marvel, right? Like, the contradiction within Marvel is Marvel, and this is it, right? Like, this is kind of why you end up needing a multiverse, right? Is because the Fantastic Four is your flagship franchise. If we go to the core of Marvel comic books, the Fantastic Four is the centerpiece. They are the first family of Marvel, right? That's the important component of the Fantastic Four. And a lot of stories revolve around things that they have touches into, right? You notice, like, them and the Avengers even kind of trade membership. Like, you had a lot of Avengers, or a couple of Avengers, join the Fantastic Four. Like, Namor was an Avenger. Him and Sue Storm had kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some crossover there. And it's an interesting thing because they're because they are the first family of Marvel, and they're also like the wholesome guys. Like, you gotta think, man, Ben Grimm is very much a throwback to like very solid Americana. Like, this is a you know, when America was great, kind of not that, but like the strength, like guy who was humble, guy who just, you know, handled his business, he could be counted on, like the big guy, right? Like the big kind of bruising guy. I mean, he was a hero for that, right? Simple guy, didn't want all the flash and glitter. And now you're like in this. So they kind of represent the first family. Like, if you look at them, how they're constructed, you Sue and Reed, you kind of get the nerdy scientist, and you get like the wife, the particular type of wife. And then like Johnny Storm, like you were literally like, wasn't he like a race car driver? Like, you're that persona. Like this is kind of at a time when like the James Dean kind of character was still like, you know, that was more prevalent. Like, think about the time they're representing. And again, I'm not saying any of this with a negative light. I'm simply saying, like, generationally, again, it's like, this is kind of what they represented as a comic book, right? They are celebrities. Remember, the Baxter Building is like in the heart of New York. The Baxter Building is right in the center of New York, right? They have full-on government cooperation. They have access to the president all the time, right? Like, the Fantastic Four are royalty. Like, you guys are trusted with ending world threats. Like, something happens, man, we got to send the Fantastic Four out there. We know the whole story of the Fantastic Four. You guys went on a mission. For us, like, I don't remember what the mission was, but whatever the mission was about, you represent us, right? So while on said mission, you then get caught up in this cosmic radiation. And then this cosmic radiation, like, jacks you up, right? Yeah, Ben Grimm, working class hero, 100%, right? So this is who they are. This is who they represent. This is like America at the core, right? So that's 100% right. And Johnny was the race car driver, playboy. So this is kind of who they represented. This is when you go back to this era. These are what our heroes look like. And it's cool. I'm 100% cool with it. I saw the last movie. I don't really mess with the Fantastic Four myself. I didn't really like them a lot, but I'm cool with it, okay? Then you get to the X-Men, right? And now they're hunted. Like, their entire time, they're hunted. I can understand a couple of incidents, but they've made like 40, 50 years out of this narrative, while at the same time, these people over here who have powers are celebrated, right? And that's the contradiction that you have. This is why you have to almost have a multiverse, because these two universes don't coexist, right? Because what you're saying is, if you're born with powers, right? If you're a mutant and you're natural, we hate you. We're afraid of you, and you need to be registered. We need to put you in jail, and your powers need to be suppressed, right? But if you gain your powers through an accident, through experimentation, or some other mechanisms like Captain America, right? You're a hero and you're celebrated, openly celebrated for having those powers. We're not afraid of you then. So this creates a contradiction, because it's like, okay, why is it the people who are born with powers are vilified, but the people who get their powers in an accident are treated like royalty? That's Marvel's contradiction in a nutshell. And I get it that it makes me say, man, like, were you guys even reading other Marvel comic books while this was going down? Because this is, right? Well, see, okay, that's the thing. Like, if a metahuman would be treated, it seems like metahumans would be treated the same. Like, all of them still come down to you. Like, gamma radiation changed you, right? You were mutated. Cosmic radiation, like, that's the whole thing. It's BS, man. It's 100% BS that they are treated differently, even though essentially you guys are the same thing. Why do I care? Like, why do I care how you got your powers, right? Like, that's the whole thing. How'd you get your, does it really matter, right? And it seems like it does. Like, you guys be cool. Like, I put this together, man. They're cool with aliens, right? You're cool with gods. You're cool with monsters. He's a mutate. He has gamma radiation, cosmic. You have every kind of mutation that exists, and all them guys are cool, except for the X-Men, except for a natural mutant. We got such a problem that they're afraid of them, but the Hulk is walking around. Like, and here's the thing, and I'm not saying, like, Spider-Man is mutated through radiation, right? But I wouldn't notice unless I know Spider-Man. In the real world, if I live in New York, right, and I see Spider-Man around, he's saving the day, I have no idea how he got his powers. So in order for this world to exist, I have to be like, man, if you were born with these powers, I hate you. But if you got these powers some other way, it's okay and I can love you, right? That's what we're saying fundamentally about Spider-Man, okay? And I'm down for Peter. I love Peter. He's a cool character. And I see why people gravitate towards him and why people like him. And I'm simply saying, like, you guys don't know how he got, like, how do you love Peter? How do you love Spider-Man, the neighborhood guy? And then in the same city in New York, y'all hate mutants and the other people got to live underground, right? Is it like the ugly ones? Are we just saying that the ugly ones got to be underground? Because I'm like, okay, why y'all mad at Rogue? Like, I understand why you're... First of all, why would you ever be mad at Storm? She has the ability to make crops grow and make life cool, right? She controls the environment. How could you ever hate her, right? Like, I understand some of the dudes being afraid of, but like, you love Johnny Storm. Like, how, like, even character comparisons. Like, Johnny Storm and Cyclops often feel like the same kind of dude to me. Like, Cyclops is a little more disciplined, but it's like, if you cool with Johnny Storm, it would seem like you would be cool with Cyclops because they're the same kind of dude. Like, they're essentially the same kind of dude, right? They're into motorcycles, fast cars, like that's the whole thing. They have the same kind of ego about them. But you love Johnny Storm, but yet you hate Cyclops. And that's where the contradiction's at. And like I said, all this comes about because I was watching, I'm watching Gifted last night, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I get the storyline. And then I'm like, first of all, I'm always like, why don't the mutants just take over? Like, why y'all living broke? Why are you guys living broke here when everybody has some type of power? Like, I'm like, okay, Polaris, why is our building jacked up when you have metal control abilities? I'm just saying, why couldn't you build a frame to which we could repair this building? Nobody has some type of vegetation growing power, like nothing. Right? First of all, we shouldn't be broke if we all have some mutant abilities on here. There's some legitimate business we can go into if I have power over magnetism or whatever else you guys have. Everybody else seems to have some kind of useless power. I don't know what it is. And you guys don't even be looking like mutants. So, so this is kind of like how they handle the mutants. Either they're the most powerful beings on the planet, or they're a pack of bitches that we can just throw some collars around and we can control them. Because that's what they vacillate between. They're not even consistent on how they handle mutant powers. Like, we all know now, it only takes about 2 mutants. It really would take about 2 mutants to take over the planet. Right now, on any given Sunday, it takes about 2 or 3 of the right mutants, and the planet's done. And again, a lot of us just got done watching, the Boys series, right? And the Boys let us know that all you need is one planetary threat, and everybody has to bow down. That was one person. Homelander if Homelander were in the Marvel universe, he's mid. If Homelander were on the X-Men, would Homelander even be the most powerful of the X-Men? I still think he probably, let's see. He's definitely not more powerful than, is he more, okay, he's not more, like, he gets caught by any of the telepaths. Right? Any of the telepaths in the X-Men universe get Homelander immediately, right? We can all agree on that. He would have to fold to Professor X. He would have to fold to anybody who does the illusions. He would fold to Emma. Like, he would be mad suspect to Emma, right? Does he beat Iceman and some of the other Omega levels? Maybe. Maybe he does, okay? But just think about this context. Like, if Homelander is at par with, say, like a Magneto in just overall destruction, he laid down fear across the whole planet. Like, it was like, if he continues, he has fought in his control and the United States, but he's a planetary threat. When we have all these mutants, so you basically saying we have all these planetary and sometimes even cosmic level threats, but yet we're controlling, but yet they're broken. They're living in these like dilapidated buildings and not having good food. Right, so there's a lot. It's a weird contradiction in how Marvel 1 is handling its mutants, and how other superpowered beings are. Like, Thor is revered, right? And I get it. Thor's good looking, but when people see Thor on the street, they run over Thor. Like, one of the biggest contradictions to me is Ben Grimm and Hank McCoy, right? Like, okay, I got a picture of Ben Grimm here. Well, we know what Ben Grimm looks like. You're the rock dude, right? Like, yeah, people were a little bit afraid of you. Let me see if I got a picture of Hank. Yeah, let me see. I think it's got an image of Hank here too, right? Ah, man, no, I don't. Okay, hang on. Let me get a shot of Hank McCoy, because this is like the biggest contradiction in this universe, among your own characters. Hank. Okay. I mean, we all know what this dude